All right, hi there, and welcome to the Clarke Boys Podcast. We've been talking about doing this for years now, and never got around to it for various reasons. Mostly for me, just finding the time and thinking it's just going to be stupid. So hopefully it's not stupid. What do you reckon?
Could be though.
Probably will be to start off with, but we'll hopefully get better at it. Anyway, the other reason we wanted to do this podcast is because people have been asking about where Pete is. Some people even speculating that he might be dead.
Yeah, there was a rumour, but it's not true. I just wanted to get it out there that I'm still here. So
unfortunately for us on the farm, we have to...
not everyone will be happy about that, but here I am.
Speaking of on the farm, he did almost... Well, he didn't almost die, but he had a bit of an accident the other day on the farm. Just a near miss, I suppose we'll call it, with a lot of blood. Is that still a near miss, or is that just a...
I don't know. It's just a cut, really. It wasn't too bad.
So we were working there on the farm, and I was on the tractor, Dad was on the ground, and I threw some silage wrap that was in my way, getting in the way of me driving. I threw it off, and it landed really close to the...
I can see an illustration coming here, so let's do an illustration of this, because picture's worth 1,000 words.
All right, we haven't really got all the gear, but...
So this is a bird's eye view of a tractor. That's a wheel, another wheel, front wheels, axles, tractor in the middle here, and on the back of the tractor we had a bale feeder, and that's got little spikes that spike into the... It's good drawing. I didn't really do very well at art at school, but anyway. Okay, looking from the top, Sam was on the tractor here, and there was some rubbish on the tractor, so he threw it onto the ground here for me to pick up and put in the rubbish bin. So I picked it up. Here's me, bird's eye view, arms. Picked up the rubbish, and Sam kept driving, but as he drove, he spun around this way, and this sharp thing came and smacked me right in the scone, eh?
I sort of heard a bit of a bang.
Yeah, tractor stalled.
The tractor did not
Tractor stalled. It's quite a bad bit of damage done to the bale feeder, but...
No, everything was fine on the tractor, but I looked back and Dad was holding his head, and I was like... Because I had heard a bit of a bang, and I thought, oh, shivers. And
I was just trying to rub the pain off, but then...
Because you don't know initially how bad it is, and then...
I had my hat on. I had a hat on.
And he put his hand on his head, and he was just holding it, and then I could see the red seeping through the hat, and I was like, oh, that doesn't...
No, I took the hat off, and I was just rubbing...
No, initially I saw the red in the hat, and you took the hat off.
Oh, yeah.
And you put your hand on, and it was just like... pouring out between your fingers down onto the ground, and I knew he was all right because he wasn't like on the ground unconscious. If he was on the ground unconscious, I would have been real scared. But because he was walking around, I was like, oh, he's probably all right. But it's definitely quite a bad cut. But I had a job to do, so I just drove off.
Did you? Yeah, I thought at the time, yeah, you think he'd just check I'm all right, eh?
Well, I knew you were right.
Maybe come bring something to stop the bleeding, because all I could do was just stand there and just blood was just pouring off my head like you're in the shower.
I couldn't do anything about it because it was bleeding too much, and you just had to put some pressure on it. And I just thought, I'll go and do this job. He's obviously not unconscious, he's fine. Go in and did the job, and then it was still not stopping bleeding. So I did go and get him a towel after that, and it was... Pete obviously was in this big... Pete's always in a rush to do stuff, and we had to get this paddock sown with grass, and he'd put himself under heaps of pressure to get it done by the end, before the rain came, which you'd have to do with farming. It's just the way it is. You're always on a deadline with nature, and so he was rushing everything. This is why this thing happened in the first place. And then we're like, oh, what are we going to do now? We've sort of stopped the bleeding a little bit, and... I rang the doctor. I was like, we had a little look at it, and it was just a lot of blood, and it looked like a pretty big cut. So I rang the doctor, and they couldn't fit him in because they had a what was it, like a
flu and COVID jab day,
like a vaccination day where you could all go in, and all the old people, I think.
Yeah, so that those of you know my views on COVID jabs and stuff. It really pissed me off.
That tipped him over the edge. So we tried 2 different doctors, and then eventually they said your only option is to go to A&E. So I said that to Pete, and he, what did you say? You're like, I'd rather die.
Fuck off, I said.
You said, I'd rather die. I got work to do. I'd rather die or...
Well, the whole day. If you go to A&E, the whole day's gone. If you go to the doctor, they'll just sort it out in an hour.
Yeah,
You go to A&E, you got to drive for 3/4 of an hour. Then you got to sit there
for 3 hours.
with a towel around your head with blood seeping out of it for probably 3 hours. Yeah, the whole day's gone.
Yeah, it's
just for a bit of a scratch on your head.
But I was not sure how it was going to recover, but it seems to have healed up not too bad. It's probably about if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see there's like I don't know, it's probably about a 10 to 15 centimetre slice down to the skin on the head. Yeah, but he's going to have a good scar, have a good story to tell anyway.
Yeah.
You can make up some story about how you saved some woman at a bar or something.
Yeah, and got bottled.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a story, another story about, quite a good story, is when I was like about 19, we went to the Easter show, and it was a Friday night. It was me and a few mates, and there's all those carnival, those carnival places where you go along and you can pay the money and you throw a dart at the balloon or what. Kids love it, and you win a fucking prize,
Yeah.
And we were going along and we were chatting up all these girls that were running these caravan things. We'd go up and talk to them and waste their time generally, and then go to the next one and find a pretty girl and talk to her and just say, "Oh, what do you have to do?" It was pretty obvious. You had to like throw a dart at a balloon, or you had to throw a ball into a hoop or something, and you win a prize. And we said, "Well, what do you have to do?" I was saying, "What do you have to do? And how much does it cost?" And just basically wasting the time. And then anyway, the guy that was in charge of these girls, he came along and said, "Either you guys are going to have a turn or you might as well just fuck off." And so I thought, oh yeah, okay, he's got a point there. So I went down to the next caravan, the next one down, and started doing the same thing. But I didn't realise that he owned both these caravans, right? And they would join. He could walk between them. So he comes flying down to the next one where I was talking to this girl, maybe his girlfriend, I don't know. And it was like thick with people. There was probably 5 deep up to these caravans with families and kids and stuff. And the guy just started screaming at me, leaned over and just come at me with a big bloody haymaker, And I looked at it and I thought, oh, fuck, this is going to fucking hurt. And I just matrixed the guy, just ducked out to the side, and he smacked the guy behind me right in the nose, Boom. And blood everywhere, And everyone, there was about probably 50 people around me, and they all just disappeared. They all just ran. It was just me left there, and this guy just screaming at me. He's going to have a go at me. No, she's right, mate. Anyway.
And your mate's just got blood pouring from his face.
Yeah, terrible busted nose, Yeah.
Stitched him up. Big time. That's the ultimate
friendship
stitch up.
Who needs mates,
Yeah, and you got that far out.
Who needs enemies when you got mates like Pete? Yeah, no, sorry about that, Mark, if you ever watch this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he ever, get angry at you, or was he just too much?
No, Mark's quite a good guy, yeah.
Just took a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway, we decided we need to do this podcast, and we've got this table here that we dragged out of. It got washed down onto our farm from a big flood from the they used to mill the carries back in the I don't know when, ages ago, and then they'd dam up the streams, and they'd flood it, and it would all the big logs would wash down into the harbour where they could pull them out and put them on ships or whatever, and some of them didn't make it down in the floods.
It was over 100 years ago.
Some of these big logs didn't make it down, but then as we've had more floods and heavy rain events, these things have slowly getting washed down, and this one here was a beauty, and we dragged it out with a digger and got it milled into this big slab, and so that's the story behind the table that we've sanded up and got ready for our podcast, so we can actually get on with it, because it's been one of those things we just keep putting off. And
yeah, we've got a whole shed full of this carry, so I've got a mate of mine who's milled it all up, so we're going to make a hut out the back of our farm for duck shooting, and
that's one of the to-do list things that's been probably 4 years of not even starting yet.
Maybe more, yeah.
One day.
I think that we dragged this out in 2018 or something.
So what's that? Yeah, it's like 5 years already.
Yeah.
6. No, it wasn't great at maths.
Well, yeah.
No.
I was always right at maths, but English was my one,
So why do you want to do a podcast, Pete?
I don't know, it's just to talk about what's going on in the rural areas and with hunting, and just a good way to express what we do and how we feel about things and our philosophies in life. And like we've got a bit of a following on YouTube and stuff like that now, so obviously people sort of like a bit what we do and how we do things, so we'll just get that out there and see what else people are prepared to listen to or watch.
Yeah, I think it's just that. I think for me, it's just we've got this different perspective on life as rural hunter-gatherer farmer people. It's a bit different to what a lot of the stuff that you see nowadays. So, yeah, I think it's interesting to hear other people's perspective, and if there's some people that want to hear ours, then that's cool. And I love talking with Dad. It's always a bit of a laugh, so I find it interesting. Maybe somebody else might find it interesting, and just if we help someone to look at something differently or whatever, or take an opinion in and then decide what they want to do with it, then that's cool as well. But it's always fun having a yarn. I love listening to podcasts, so I've just wanted to do one, and who knows where it'll go. Probably nowhere, but
with so many people doing podcasts nowadays, you don't know. I suppose you just got to pick the ones you want to listen to, or if any. So
and once we get about 200,000 followers and making heaps of money, it'll be the dream job.
Can you make money off podcasts?
I don't know how we would, but
okay,
it would be great, wouldn't it? Imagine that.
What, people listening to us?
No, not people listening to us, just getting to talk shit and get paid for it.
Oh yeah, well, we talk shit all the time anyway, so you might as well see if other people want to do it.
Yeah. That's all for today. We'll just keep it short and sweet on this one, but if you guys want to give us any feedback, we love the feedback, good or bad, not worried about it. We get a bit of the negative stuff already with our hunting channel. It's the nature of being putting yourself out there. Majority, 99% of the people are positive, but the haters, it's quite funny too. We find it quite entertaining. So if we can share some of those with you, it might be quite funny. I've actually got one.
Have you got something?
Yeah, but I've got to find it. So it might take me a while.
Yeah, I mean, don't hold back, it doesn't really worry me. A lot of people get offended by, people saying things, but never worries me. One thing I have found with Meta or whatever it is now, they take a lot of that stuff away now.
Yeah, we don't even see a lot of the hateful comments.
Yeah, obviously they've got algorithms or whatever that work out that people are on the hate, and they just get rid of them. So.
It's disappointing because we used to have some good laughs about them.
Yeah.
Had an old fan called Ballbagasaurus. He used to chuck out some good comments. Yeah,
his were all right. His comments were good.
Oh, yeah, they weren't hateful.
No, his were good.
I'm trying to figure out. Some guy talking about videoing. We should video doing shits and stuff.
Doing shits?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, someone videoed in a Snapchat the other day the dog doing a crap, and I thought, that's really disgusting. But then I thought it'd probably go quite good on TikTok, eh? People love all sorts of weird things on TikTok, eh?
Yeah, it
wasn't just a normal. The dog was having issues, The dog was having, that's where that saying, grinning like a dog popping peach stones comes from. It's a dog's I was trying to get that last little bit out.
There was a bit of grass holding a few
and they're
bits
dragging
together.
their bum along the ground,
Yeah, it wasn't pretty, but you can't take your eyes away from it, and I think that's the secret to those TikTok videos. You could be right, could be onto something.
I reckon that would,
start a new account, dog shitting
TikToks. Yeah, that'll go viral. You'll make some serious tin out of that.
Well, this is the comment we got on last night's video, which was the first part of our raw hunting video, red stag raw. It's not really a positive or a negative. Just this is constructive criticism. I see this, and everyone's got their own opinion. But anyway, this is how it goes. It says, "Awesome shit, awesome country. New Zealand is hunter's heaven. But for fuck's sake, why does every hunter who posts a vid think that showing themselves cooking and scoffing food is some sort of compulsory thing to show? No one wants to know or gives a fuck about seeing people cooking their fucking food in front of a camera. Lol, carry on next." But like what I said to him is it's all part of the hunting experience, in my opinion, so that's why we put it in there. Also helps to break up the video and tell the story by showing that we've gone back to camp. It's a bit more interesting than showing someone just sleeping at night or something. But like that's why we do it, because also we got sponsors. full disclosure, you got sponsors that you got to show that you use their products and stuff, and
the cooking side of it,
the cooking side of things. But like it is, you can't just, you do have to tell the story a little bit, and if you're just going from hunt to hunt to hunt to hunt, it doesn't really make sense unless you do voiceovers, and I don't like doing voiceovers too much, even though they do help tell the story.
Just for all those people out there that are always continuously saying, I hope you bring out all the meat and do you eat it and all this stuff. Well, I'll pretty much tell you, I and my family just live off wild meat that we shoot pretty much the whole time. I mean, we do eat farm animals because we're farmers, but pretty much why would you kill a cow when you can sell it for $2,000 and you can eat venison all the time? So that's what we do. I eat venison all the time, pork, sausages, and venison. And
anyway, we do. But then you got to read the guy's answer. So I said that about why we do it, about we video to just tell a story a bit and whatever. And he said, okay, then let's all show people shitting and urinating in the bush and showing which leaves are the best to use. Rangiora doesn't grow everywhere. And anyway, just crumpled up balls of grass is better than overrated Rangiora.
He's right there.
But crumpled up balls of tussock can be pretty harsh.
Yes. And they can slice your anus to bits. So.
And prickly, especially if you strike a bit of a stick or metagari or such mid-swipe. And as for good old cutty grass, well, say no more. Oh. People, maybe it's better to just stick with videoing the hunting instead, lol.
Yeah, see, he's got some good points there. The cutty grass, that could slash your bloody rectum.
So that one was a good one because he had a bit of a sense of humour about it as well. You know, you get some that are just full on hate.
Yeah.
And that's pretty funny for us when it comes out. But I mean, the other one we get.
What do you think? What's your thing though? If you ever got any toilet paper, what's your go-to? So you're on the farm, just like a big lump of grass, or you go for leaves? It always depends what you've got. I really try to avoid it, to be honest. I honestly, I know some people that use their underpants and then heft them away.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
They must be fucking rich, because underpants aren't that cheap nowadays.
Or like rip a bit of towel or something.
Oh, you ain't got anything like that. You got what you got on you.
Well, grass is probably the go-to, but you get a lot of grass left behind and. It's not ideal. I think Josh James.
I've never done the underpants thing,
Josh James did a video. He even showed it and everything. So maybe that guy could go and check that out. He might find that video quite good.
What did he say the tree was? Is that tall paper plant? Is that called Rangiora?
Maybe that one with the white underside.
Yeah, that is quite good.
But you need a few layers.
They're not too bad, those.
Nothing worse than going straight through the paper, though.
Yeah.
It's just a horrible. It's just that.
I know. Then you got to wash your hands.
Yeah. It doesn't wash off without soap either. It just smudges. Yeah. So that will probably wrap that podcast up for today. Here, Pete's got plenty of stories to tell over the next few podcasts that we do. So stay tuned. We'll try and put this over all the various places that you can listen to these sort of things, as well as on our YouTube. And we'd love to have any feedback, good or bad. We're open to it. We're used to getting a bit of both with our being on social media already. So hit us up, and we might share some of that at the start of the next episode. And even if you got some ideas of things you want us to talk about, let us know, and we'll see you next time.
Kia ora.
See you later.